What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever. Period. And as you see, we have the realest, the Big Brother Canada player here, Miss Betty Business Beeper.
The winner of BB Canteen in my eyes. I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
the true winner.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and just unpack all that just happened. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Ooh, that was stressful. We lost Queen Koozie.
Oh God. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay, so last week we started off and Renee won HOH. No one thought Renee was gonna win. Well, I didn't think Renee.
I definitely did not see it coming.
Out of everybody to win it. But Renee ate that up. I'm sorry, she did.
Yeah.
And she was targeting Ty initially, as everyone has been. And as everyone will continue to be. and he will not go. She was targeting Ty. She nominated Ty next to Anika. She told Koozie, girl, you're safe. I won't be putting you up. You're good to go.
Lie straight to that girl face.
It was bad. She put up Ty and Anika. Ty won the veto, of course. And then Koozie was the renom. And this caused a lot. Because Koozie was campaigning to Renee. People were not liking that. Actually, no one was liking that.
I don't understand.
Betty, how do you feel about the reaction to Koozie campaigning throughout the week? Because there was a lot going on in the house about that.
I know. I literally was listening to that as though, like, what was she supposed to do? She wasn't supposed to play the game of Big Brother. Was she just supposed to sit there and just take it out of the loyalty of the friendship? Look what your friends did to you anyway at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, I'm so proud of you for taking it to the end and letting them all know, like, you know what? You lost a friend in me. You lost another friend in me.
You disappointed me.
Yes. I was like, let him know. Let him know.
Yeah,
so wait. So what was your reaction to the shut up and sit down then? Because the girls were mad.
Yeah, you know what? In the moment, I was like, oh, like, you know, I was a little taken aback. But at the same time, as someone who has been on the block repeatedly, it's like you don't want to be hearing any excess noise. Like, you just want to, you're going on the block. You just want to get up and sit there and, like, you know, deal with what you got to deal with. It's just like the HOH is just adding that little bit of like, it's never good. It's never going to be good. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, girl, you told her to shut up. Like, it's really not a big deal at all. Like
calm down. No shade.
It's so annoying because I hate when people try to like police or tell people how to act if they're nominated and things like that. It's like, she is nominated. Like, this entire week, it's like, oh, Koozie's talking to the HOH first? Oh my God. Oh, Koozie's upset that she's now being nominated even though I told her she's safe? Like, I don't understand it. Like, she's not crazy.
Exactly.
They was doing a lot. The response was, there was a big response to it. And that's why I was like, okay, that was a very interesting response.
I literally, because I didn't even watch the episode. I saw a clip of the situation. I'm thinking she cussed her out, cursed her mama out. You know, said something crazy. When I saw her shut up and sit down, and then she sat down, I was like,
what's the problem? And you know what? If you didn't want that reaction, you could have just said, hey, you know, Queen Koozie, I nominate you, about the freaking iron being hot and all that extra shit. Koozie was probably thinking she was safe for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She didn't really need that at that moment. So obviously,
I don't know. It's Koozie told me to shut up and sit down. I would have sat down too.
The issue is, I wouldn't have sat down. No shade to Renee, and then afterwards, Renee goes crying. No shade. Afterwards, the next day, we see that Renee on the Digital Daily is upset, I guess, because she's HOH. So she was upset about being HOH. So she went to Koozie and was like, I know I'm getting you out of the game, but I'm just so sad. Like, I don't know what's going on. And she was crying to her. And I thought that was a choice. You know, you chose to sit down. You chose to cry.
I never understand. Like, imagine you're the nominee and the HOH is crying about sending you home.
Like, that's so annoying. Get out of my face, please.
You could have put someone else up, you know? Like, sometimes for me, it's like there was two other people that you could have also, or you could have put up, you know, Dancy. Like, you had options. So I'm just saying, like, once you make your decision, I'm a firm believer that you just stick to it. And, like, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
I agree. And like, I have a hot take about the move because me personally, I don't know that getting Koozie out was the best for Renee. Now that we see what happened at the double, it's like, shit, maybe it was. But initially, Claudia and Shanae were like, girl, Renee can go home.
Yeah.
And it's like, if that's the case, Koozie the only person in the house who don't want you to go home because Daniel C and Anika did, Ty did, and so did Claudia and Shanae. Koozie was the only one who wasn't targeting her. So in the moment, I was like, low-key, it's not even a good move, let alone are you telling her about it? So of course she's going to be upset. But hey, we move. So Koozie is the final nominee. Koozie is likely going home, and
I don't like hearing it. I just don't like the sentence at all. It pisses me off.
Oh, it was bad. I'm hoping, you know me, hopeful Pharaoh. I'm like, okay, the Wendy's points. It's time. It's been all season. How else could they drag it along?
Points at the beginning of the week when they didn't do it before she was renominated. Because, like, my thing is, the girl was sitting on goddamn 60,000 points, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And they didn't cash them out. Like, I'm assuming this Wendy's points thing must be irrelevant because there's no way you're doing a game-changing twist at top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You know what I'm thinking? You guys remember last season with the red door? Like, what happens if it's like Wendy's coming out with a brand new burger? The person with the most points gets that burger, you know? Like, I'm feeling that in my blood.
I would hope not. Actually, at this point, go ahead.
I don't know more. I really.
It could be a new burger, I guess. I don't know.
It pisses me off because I was harassing the Wendy's Canada Twitter account all week just for them not to do shit. They didn't reply to the tweet. I'm thinking, oh shit. Like, she's like, wait. No, like I just feel so let down. Wendy's Canada. Like I said, I meant it. I will not be eating Wendy's. I can't. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while.
Mm-hmm. I hope they prove me wrong, though. I hope it is like, you know what, maybe some advantage in like the final 4 HOH, or, you know, maybe we'll see.
So at this point, Koozie and Anika are nominated. We go into the eviction episode, which is also the double eviction episode. Mm-hmm. And girl, let's just zoom past it. Koozie goes home. Whew. It was bad, but Koozie went home.
They tried to show her like maybe she had a chance. I didn't think she.
That girl didn't have no damn chance. They were scared. They were very scared, and she knew it. She literally told them. She told Ty or whoever. She was like, "Look, I'm not even finna be campaigning for them to save me. I'm going to be having them campaign for my jury vote. Is what I'm going to do."
She's so iconic.
Love that for her.
I love
very
it
iconic.
too.
She is very much so an icon. Love her. So she goes home sadly, and then we get to the HOH competition. It's a mental comp again, and Claudia wins. And honestly, I was like, damn, because Claudia just coming out of nowhere.
The girly pops in general, like the girly pops have been on the Crown's neck since they formed. Like we haven't even fully get to enjoy the Crown ever. Like ever. All. They formed, and the next week they were in danger, and they've been going home since.
One by one, they've been going home. I feel like it's been consecutively a Crown member going home after Jonathan. So
yeah,
literally, I feel like it's very comparable to honestly BB Can 10 when we was rooting for it was you, Herman, Tanisha, Summer, and y'all was not winning, Betty. Y'all was not winning. We was like, damn, where my people at?
God. None of them won a comp. There was brutal. I didn't win no comp until. Freaking you want me though?
Better get Jackson. We gonna start winning towards the end. We gonna win.
Yeah. Literally. And that was week 7. So when Renee won, I was kind of like happy for her. I knew it was bad for Koozie, but at the same time, as someone that had just won in week 7, I was like, yes, girl, you get it, you know?
Yeah. It was
definitely proud of Renee. She deserved her moment.
I was just gonna say, a part of me likes Renee. Like, I'm not even mad at Renee for Koozie going. I'm not mad at nobody for Koozie going. Koozie went home. Yeah. We move along. It just seems like Koozie had like a lot of influence, and other than her, no one else had any. So it's like, damn, I'm here, and it's like a bunch of people who it's like, you know, y'all are kind of only here based off of her decision. She decided not to go after the girly pops. She decided to take out Santina. She decided to take out Zach. She decided to make sure Daniel and Anika were making it far. So I'm like, damn, who's here other than Ty? Ty got here on his own. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
All them damn comps.
Yeah.
So Claudia wins HOH, and I'm like, well, Ty's going home.
I was like, Ty or Renee, most likely.
Ty or Renee, maybe Daniel.
Yeah.
Because what we knew going in is the girly pops discussed, like, in the double, they would try to target Ty. If he wins veto, they may consider renomming Renee and just taking her out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this could be a nasty double then, because I was like, Ty's winning veto. Like, the one thing Ty's gonna do is win veto. I was like, at this point, I don't think there's a veto he's not gonna win for the rest of the season. So I was shocked when she won and she nominated Dane and Anika upright. I'm like, okay, because I would have like what ends up happening to her in this double is like, duh, it was gonna happen. When has Ty worked with you for real at all, Claudia?
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
Betty, do you think you would have, who do you think you would have nommed, or what do you think you would have did in this situation? Because Claudia and Ty did have they had something, I guess.
Honestly, I like, for me, if I was Claudia, if I was really being serious about getting Ty out, or I would have, regardless, he wouldn't have gone out, but I probably would have put Ty up next to maybe like Anika, and then if Ty took himself off, then I would have put Daniel C up. If I was Claudia, and that's the game that I was, like if I was playing right now as Claudia. But the thing that I need answers with is like, what kind of deal was cut between Ty and Claudia in that commercial break with that 5 minutes? Because either that was like strategy, or that was like a just in the moment dumb move that she made. But I really need answers immediately.
Like the decision for her to put up Shanae instead of
They said it was a final 3 made, like her, Renee, and Ty. Or they mentioned, yeah, I want the final 3 to be you and Renee. That's what Claudia was telling him. So it's like, did they just make that? Or when the hell did that happen? What's the tea on that? And it's weird because I do like that final 3 for Claudia. I think Ty and Renee being there is good for her because Ty might take her, Renee might take her. She should good. But it's weird because she took out Shanae. So I'm like, damn, was that smart at all? I don't think it was, but maybe it was. I'm confused because I feel like if she didn't take out Shanae, she would have took out Renee. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in a final 3 scenario, Shanae and her are, I guess, more even when it comes to the jury. Because with the jury, no one likes Renee. No one said they wanted to vote Renee. No one said they were rooting for Renee in the jury. So I feel like I feel better with Claudia next to Renee than anyone else. So that's why I'm like, maybe it was okay. Renee's not targeting her. Renee's not going to go after her. Renee is almost just as helpful as Shanae. Shanae and her won the same amount of comps. So it's like, if you had to choose one, maybe it is okay to choose Renee. You can beat her easier. But you should just put up Ty. And that's the issue.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. If she didn't want Renee or Shanae to leave, Ty should have been upright. So, I mean, she nominates Daniel and Anika. Ty obviously wins veto. We all knew that was going to happen. And then he brings her into the pool room, and her first question to him is like, "Are you going to use veto?" And it's like, girl, you knew he was going to use that motherfucking veto.
Yeah.
And like Farrah mentioned, like, we can assume, I guess, some deal was made. And Shanae said in the exit interviews that Claudia was trying to save face with Ty, but I don't understand, after all of the shit that Ty has done this entire season, what makes you can trust him? Our girl Summer let us know we can't trust a Toronto man. Okay, clearly Claudia don't have the tea on that, but I mean, you see everything that he's been doing. Like,
I know
hasn't treated her right at all. So I don't see what she was thinking.
That's why I'm like, we need to see what was going on in the 5 minutes, because she had 5 minutes to decide who she was going to put up, right? Like between the comp and the HOH. And I'm just like, there had to have been some sort of deal that was cut. But yeah, even getting rid of Shanae, I'm the same. Like, I don't know if that was the best move for her, because in the exit interviews, it seemed like Shanae was a little bitter. Like, and I would be too. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and said that she was going to vote for Ty in a final 2 situation. So it's like,
that is hilarious.
Koozie said she's voting Ty over anybody. And Shanae said,
I was gagged about Shanae. Like,
she said Ty and then Daniel C. She said Ty and then Daniel C.
I know.
It wasn't popping at all.
Even if Claudia's building trust with Ty, like, I don't know, with like just like 2 weeks left, barely. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Maybe she feels like because he's such a strong competitor, he can get her further.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to lose him. What it sounds like.
At this point, it seems like Ty could potentially beat everybody. Yeah. Like, I did not think who would get here. But Ty could win Big Brother Canada all of it. Like, it is crazy.
It is.
I'm here for it. I'm not going to lie.
I'm actually kind of rooting for him too. Like, in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, stop, get off, But now I'm like, wow. Yeah, he picked it up totally. And the last half of the game, he's been incredible.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about, because now it's just the final 5. It's only 5 of them left. Is it 5? What is it? 6
It's
or
on
5?
5, girl. It's on
Okay.
5.
Whew. It's gone. Let me pull
I
up.
feel like this season went by so quick. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just Anika, Claudia, Daniel, Renee, and Ty. Of the final 5, who do you guys think, like, first deserves to win? I guess deserves whatever. Versus who do you think will win or has the best chance to win? Because it's like I think Daniel did play a good game in a sense. I just think he didn't show it as explicitly as maybe a Ty or a Koozie. And then I do think Ty's game is just out in front, but he can go home at any turn. If he doesn't win one comp, he's out. So it's like, I don't even know. I feel like it's a toss-up between damn near all of them. Because Claudia played good too. I think Claudia's making it in the final 3. So I don't know. What do y'all think about this final 5? Who do you think has a chance? Honestly.
You know what? For me, like I think that Ty is the most deserving. Like if he can continue to crush these vetoes and get his way to the end, I'm like, okay. For me, that's like the most deserving. I also think like it depends on what type of strategy Claudia, if she speaks to some strategy behind the decision she made yesterday, you know what? I really do think that she also may have my vote. Like if I was, to be a winner, like I'd be like, okay, great. Daniel C, I love him. I think he's so amazing. I really do. But I need him to really tell me like, what was your game? Like, what was it that like what moves did you make? Like, what was your strategy? Like, I want to know. And maybe, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Lee, how you feel?
I just feel like who will win. I tweeted earlier. I feel like honestly, Claudia or Ty. It depends because we have new information from today's drop that apparently Ty told Koozie that he wants his dream final 2 to be Anika and Renee. So who knows if he's loyal to Claudia and Renee at this point, or more Daniel and Anika. I don't think he's loyal to Daniel at all, but I do think Ty is in one of the best positions to be in that end game. And it's like, based on competition alone, I see him singing that final 2, and I think he will win the game. And I also see a scenario where if Ty is loyal to that final 3 with Claudia, that maybe Claudia, who's been beasting these mental competitions, will win final HOH, take Renee and win the game. I can see something like that happening. Who I want to win at this point, honestly, is still Daniel. I just feel like he's well, he doesn't have that many competition wins, so I can't fully say a well-rounded player, but I feel like the type of game that I enjoy playing, it is what Daniel is doing. I'm not usually a big fan of the comp beast, and Ty is someone that I will not mind winning at all. And if Daniel goes, it 100% is all the way him. But I would appreciate Daniel winning for many reasons, mainly because like we don't have a black gay winner, and a lot of them have gotten seconds. You know what I mean? And like I think I also like. I mean, of course, like there are a lot of similarities. Like, of course, I would love to see someone similar to me in many ways win. But, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it at this point because, baby, he ain't winning no competitions. Anika can't win competition for him. And if he does not have Ty in this final 5, it's like he could go this round. Yeah. So, it's bad.
Was there anything else y'all wanted to speak about throughout, like, this week or period at all?
It was just a wild week.
Not, we can get into these ratings.
It was a wild week, but I love a double. I feel like it's like so chaotic. There's so many emotions that's going on, especially in a double,
Yeah, I honestly like it way more than watching a triple, because a triple is like, I feel like overstimulation. I get stressed like times 10 at a triple. It's way too much going on, way too many people nominated. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see last season's double. I don't want to relive it, but
that was a triple last season.
Triple, yeah. Sorry, last season's triple.
I felt that though when Shanae was like, "Yeah, Claudia," and then all of a sudden she was like, "Bye, Claudia." I was like, "Oh my god," I felt that so deeply.
When he won and like she had that realization, Shanae was like, "If he wins, like one of us is gone," and they just all started crying. I was like, "Oh, that's what sucks." I think Pharaoh froze. Hello?
And that was the pardon.
I think Pharaoh froze. Oh no! Oh no! His connection is bad. Oh, it's getting urban. Let me text him. Oh, it's getting urban down.
It's all good.
All the controls. Jesus Christ. But no, like that was so sad to watch. That was so sad to watch, and it reminded me of it reminded me so much of last season, only because I feel like it was that same scenario of someone is winning veto and just fucking everything up. Like,
and it feels like everyone always uses a veto every week, no matter what. I feel like that's just so much more of it. Like a, don't you notice that now with these newer seasons?
Yes, it's like it. Like I think what we've gotten a consistency of with all of these new era seasons is the veto getting used a lot and a lot of just chaos. Like a lot of like everyone is being self-interested. I think that's what causes the veto get used a lot. It's everyone playing for themselves, everyone having their own decision. And that's really fun to watch because the fact that veto has been used every single week this season, and y'all season BBK 10, it was like it wasn't the person who was on the block won it for like the first few weeks in a row.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, and then all of a sudden that got broken. It was used every single week until Helena won it. Then she didn't use it.
My bad. My bad, y'all. Technical difficulties. Very ghetto.
It got real urban.
Very urban. But hey, we move. This is the move. And we move. Period. Let's get into these ratings real quick. First, we have Queen Koozie Kwashe, mother, ran the house, didn't she? Didn't I? Like, I don't know. It's giving mother, queen, legend. Who wants to rate her first? Because I don't. I'm sorry. Lee, you want to go first?
Betty, you go first. A mother has to rate a mother.
Period. Betty. We do 0.5s. You can do a decimal 0.5. We can go 1 to 10. 10 being she's the best player to ever play. Period. 1 being she's the fucking worst. And that's not her.
I will give her out of, well, okay, a 10 would be you won the game. So I'm going to give her 8.5.
Period.
Period.
Why do you feel like she's an 8.5? Because that's a good rating. That's high.
Yeah, I think she got out at final 6, or was it final 7? That's still an accomplishment. I think that while she was on top, she was using strategy and her social game. It was just a couple of bad decisions that led her to where she is. But entertainment factor was also absolutely 10. Like, she's somebody I would actually want to hang out with. You know what I mean? On top of being a really great player. So yeah, I'm giving her an 8.5.
Period. I did want to ask you real quick, like, because everyone knows Koozie, when she wins HOH, she makes questionable moves sometimes. Do you feel like, because with the Zach move, it's like a toss-up. How did you feel about the Zach move? Do you feel like that was terrible for her? It was okay, or it was good?
I just didn't think that early in the game it was really her shot to take. Like, I think that could have been a relationship that she maybe would have leveraged or massaged, like, to benefit her. But when you take a shot like that so early on, you're really just doing that on behalf of everyone else. And like, that can just create a bigger target on your back. So yeah, she made the shot, but if it was me, I probably would have waited and maybe made some sort of like allegiance to him to protect me. And then somebody else would have taken the shot for sure, you know?
Yeah, I see that. And do you feel like with the safety chain, how do you feel about that decision? Because it was kind of still her because she was telling people who she wanted safe.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that? Do you feel like Renee or Santina?
I really do believe that she should have saved Santina, because by keeping the 3, look, it ended up being the demise of her game. If she could have just had one ally in Santina who was literally just floating around. She was like a comp beast that was like all by herself. If she would have maybe taken her under her wing, then that probably could have been something that benefited her, and weakening the lollipops or girly pops. Or,
Them.
You know what I mean?
No, because Renee was nom. It would have been Renee the HOH who got her out. So it's like, damn, it really should have just been Renee goes home right that week. And honestly, Koozie would have a great chance at like really making it to the end game if Santina stayed over Renee. That's just one move.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I like the 8 Lee, what you think? Which score would you give her?
Yeah, I really love Koozie this season. Like, she really is just like the icon of the season, the face of the season. Like, I feel like she came and she brought everything that she wanted to bring. Like it's so rare when you get like a full package of a player. Sometimes like to have like the strategy, the entertainment, the win equity, the comparability. Like she just has so much going for her. And that's why it's like, I'm not shocked that she's out. I mean, once your target is that huge, it is hard to maintain. It really is hard to manage. And I think that was one of her biggest mistakes, is not being able to diminish her threat level. It didn't seem like she ever really wanted to necessarily. However, I will say like the house, I feel like energy for a lot of people was, we want to go to the end with big players. And then she then started to target those people who had that mindset, like Sai and Santina. And that's where it got, I think, weird for her, because it's like, I think she should have just, embraced that a little bit more. Like, definitely brought it to the end, like you mentioned, Betty, and massage Zach, because I think all of these people would have felt comfortable going to the end with her, and she would just beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. And I won't say, like, it's multiple mistakes, because I thought the Zach situation would be a mistake, and then it worked out because the Crown formed. They still stayed safe. The biggest mistake, the biggest downfall for the Crown and mainly Koozie was the Santina vote. I think Santina going home is what really messed it up for her, and she just it went downhill from there. I think as a player overall, like, she could come back and win it all. I really do. Like, I'm confident in her strategic and social ability. But ranking this season specifically, I think it was just a lot of chaos. It was a lot of chaos. And I do think there was little things here and there that she could have done to probably still be here to this day. I think I'm gonna set it at 7.5 overall.
Okay. I was thinking 7.5 also.
You want to be me so bad.
I don't. I was thinking already. I promise. Don't want to be you. But I feel like woo. Okay. I feel like with Koozie, because she's such a good player, in terms of when she made the Zach move, she also made sure that she was adding the girly pops to her game plan. She made the whole 6-person alliance for them to get to the end right when she made the Zach move. That was the same week. So it's like she made sure that she was covered even if she was going to make this big move. Same thing with Santina. She reiterated the girly pop situation when she made the Santina move. She was like, if I do this, y'all need to keep me safe next week. And they did, because Claudia won. She took out Hope instead, which was, honestly, she still took out Koozie there, but we moved. And Koozie knew that. She was like, if they were smart, I would be going home this week. And she did not go home this week. And that's because even when Koozie makes these mistakes or these big moves, she adjusts in other ways throughout her game. I think because there was this 3 girly pop thing this season, she really overlooked that. And I feel like that was in a way, it's a big mistake because she went home, but in a way, it's not hard for her to correct that. I feel like that was a very easy thing for her to correct. All she had to do was evict Renee instead of Santina, and I think Koozie can win the game. I think that's how little it was for her. Yeah. Is that just one move away, or one bad move not happening away from her literally winning almost. Because with Santina in the game, now that's someone who goes instead of Hope. Now Hope and you both made it to the double eviction. Hope can win an HOH. Now y'all are at the double. You're in Final 5. At Final 5, who's beating you? So I think Koozie was just one mistake away from damn near winning, or even making Final 3, which is still really good. Which is why it's like, I'm not going to give her below a 7.5. I'm just not going to do it. She's that girl, the queen. Definitely, in my opinion, the best player this season. Even though she went home so early. But this season was so different. It was just weird in a lot of ways. So boom, that's how
she's definitely solidified as a Big Brother legend. Big Brother Canada, Big Brother in general. Like, she will definitely, Betty, get ready. Pre-game. All stars, baby. We need to make it happen. We need to make it happen.
Period.
Doing it. I'm gonna call her and be like, yo, we're doing this.
Next we have Shanae. Lee, how do you feel about Shanae?
Shanae. I ain't gonna say love, child, for no reason. I like Shanae. I felt like in the beginning of the game, it's just, I didn't know where her head was at. It seemed like she was definitely way more focused on the showmance than saying in the game, no shade. And then when she really, like, I think woke up and got in the game is when Dan left. And she, for a minute, I thought was probably one of the smartest 3 out of the girly pops, because she was one of the main ones pushing that Koozie is the main threat and that she has to go, and kind of clocking the crown and in the shadiest bunches position. Like I felt like she was the main one pushing that energy. Meanwhile, Claudia was worried about targeting Renee, and Renee was the biggest target in the house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm honestly shocked that Shanae went home with this double. She was the last person I thought was going to go home, and I thought that she had some win equity on her. I thought when Koozie left, she could start building a path to the end. So now that she's out, it's like I'm considering all of the other things that went into her game that I just felt like brought her down as a player, because she was never able to get her positioning. She didn't have many social connections outside of the girly pops. And I think it's a good move that she got that target. She kind of, like, Koozie going home is a lot of her work that she put in with Claudia and Renee. But it's like, girl, you went home right after. And all three of the girly pops, none of them really had much going on outside of them three. Like, them getting to this point, all being here, is more so the crown making a mistake than the girly pops strategically or socially moving themselves to this position in the game. Mm-hmm. So I will say overall for Shanae, I'll have to say, ciao. I'm gonna say a 4. I didn't see much. Maybe that's because of the live feeds. I think if she were to win, it would be much higher for me. But
mm-hmm. Betty, much. How you feel?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like with Shanae in the beginning of the game, I didn't really I didn't feel like she had much influence. Like, she wasn't on anyone's radar. So in the beginning, I thought maybe that was like a little bit of her game, like sliding under the, like, trying to go unnoticed. But then I just started realizing that it was, she wasn't making, like you had said, she wasn't really making like social connections. She was literally just sliding through the radar, and people were just like not noticing her. And that can be good for your game. But if, like, I didn't know enough about her as a player, I didn't see the social equity that she was building. I saw her win that one veto competition, which I was really pleased about, because she went against the house. So that to me showed, okay, like, it's go time, let's go. But I really do believe, like, for the first half, the game was really shadowed by other players, and like whether it's the girly pops or Dan or the potential showmance with Rob, it was just always something that was kind of standing in the way of me seeing how successful of a player she could be. So I think the most, like, impressing, like I said, with her getting that veto, and I also, where she's from in Canada, like, the West Coast is close to me, so I'm like, yeah. But yeah, I think that overall my rating for her would probably be like a 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with the 5. I do. I feel like what they did say in the double, in the actual episode, is Claudia mentioned that Shanae is the one, or was that? Yeah, I think it was an episode. She said, you are the one who has the relationship with Daniel and Anika, not me. So she was mentioning that it was clear that Shanae was the one who was closest to Daniel and Anika. And I remember when the alliance was formed, it was Shanae doing a lot of the talking, at least on Claudia's behalf. Shanae was the one who was like, yeah, Daniel, by the way, Anika and us are working together, right? So it's like, a part of me feels like she has potential. And she was the one who brought up to Claudia, girl, why are you going after Renee? And Claudia was dead ass going after Renee. And Shanae was like, anyways, the three of us needs to get back together. And when she got the three of them back together, she was like, also, Koozie needs to go. She, like, kind of, in my opinion, got them on track when they were veering off. So part of me feels like she has potential, because she was actively getting them back on track. It's not like she was thinking it and didn't tell anybody. She thought it, told the girly pops to get it together, and they got it together. So a part of me is like, she has potential, and she was the last one to be nominated, even though she went the fuck home. But she was the last one to be nominated, and there's testament to say that that's good in a way. Like, no one was looking at you; you were being boring enough. So I will give her a 5 also. If she would have won, it would have been different, but she did not. She went home.
Yeah.
Good luck. Now to the players in the game. Last time I gave Anika 5.
You never know what to give Anika.
I never know what to give Anika. I'm sorry. Because when it comes to Anika, it's like, ain't this girl making final 2? Like, ain't this girl kind of making final 2? And now it's like, I don't even know no more, because Ty could do what he wants. And honestly, it's up to Ty. So good luck. Ty did mention he kind of wants Anika and Renee in Final 3 with him. I'm pretty sure Ty would take Anika to
He's
Final
used
2.
veto on her twice.
He used veto on her twice. I'm pretty sure Daniel would take Anika there too. I don't think Anika can win. I think everyone here beats Anika. The only person she has a chance against is maybe Renee. And I don't even see them two making it to the end. So that's why it's like, it's hard for me. I feel like when it comes to the game, what did you do? I feel like when it comes to the jury, what did you do? Because a lot of those relationships to the Shady Bunch are through Koozie. Like, sure, Hope might vote you for being in the crown, but that's only because Koozie had a relationship with Hope that brought you into the crown. No shade. I just feel like, but Anika did have her own relationship with Hope. But I feel like when it comes to respect, like people respecting her and people wanting to vote her out of she did good in the game or out of she was in this alliance with me that she built, I don't think she has that. She doesn't have the reason, you know, even if they like her, she doesn't have a good enough reason. And Koozie leaving the house no longer wanting to vote her is bad for her because she said Ty's winning the game. So it's like if she does get to the end with Ty, her potential would have been the crown, and that's gone because Koozie said, never mind, I'm voting Ty. So I'm gonna give her a 4 because I think she can make Final 2, but I don't think she can win.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Lee?
I'll say it's a 4.5. I don't think that she's going home. I think that she can make it to Final 4 and to Final 3, and there's always a shot for you to get that win. You know what I mean? I was saying earlier, like off the potty, I was like, she can pull a Paris, she can win that Final 4 HOH, Final 3 HOH, take Renee and win the game. You know what I mean? I see that path for Anika, and I think that she's someone, she has the connections through the crown that will help her in the Final 2 jury vote if those scenarios play out. But that does require her to, you know, snag those competition wins. I don't know how low her perception is. We know from the jury and just throughout the season, the girly pops, none of them have the highest perception or win equity. But no one has ever thrown Anika in there. We've never seen anyone directly say Anika is a lower tier player and she doesn't deserve to win. What we do see is, of course, people wanting to vote clearly the games that are in your face, like a Ty who's been winning every single veto, Koozie who's obviously been very dominant. And I think that's the big issue for Anika. How is she going to get to Final 2 and explain the type of game that she played? I think one of her best things was being in the crown because, you know, at the beginning of the game, she didn't have the best social connections. Like, she really was mainly close to Koozie, Daniel. She had a slight relationship with Zach and Ty, but people were not really connecting with her. And getting in the crown, I was like, okay, bet. Like, this is the path for Anika because, you know, that was her safety blanket and it's all gone. I think because people don't see her as a threat necessarily, that's why I don't think she's going to go. I think she still has a chance to be in the Final 3. I just, I don't think that she does not have a chance to win. Basically, I think that she still slightly does have a chance depending on how these next few rounds can play out.
Yeah. I totally agree with you as well. I think that right now, Anika, like, I need to understand again what type of game she's really playing, because without having those comp wins, like, and not really seeing the strategy behind, like I feel like Koozie's been making a lot of the decisions. So if you're in an alliance with Koozie and she's been, you know, as she said in one of her interviews today, carrying the weight of the group and you're benefiting from that, like, I don't necessarily know if that's going to get you the win, but it really depends on how the cards are dealt, because you're right. Like, in this next little bit, everything's going to be just completely sped forward. So like if she can pull out an HOH win or a veto win when it really matters, and like maybe take out these like Claudia or maybe Ty gets out of the game, I can see a path for her. But right now, I just think that she might just be somebody that everyone is, you know, kind of okay with taking to the end because they can see themselves winning against her. Like, I obviously hope that doesn't happen. Like, I really hope that she can show up and like show out and, like you said, pull a Paris. Like, I want to see you win that Final 4.
That's what I'm saying.
HOH, and I want to see your veto story and cast that vote to evict Ty or whatever it may be. Like, to me, that's good ass TV. And I wish that for you. But right now, without seeing any of those things, I just think it looks a little gray.
Yeah, because that's the moment you need, like the winning moment. Like, it's similar to you winning your first veto. It was just like, period. And like, when the fees came back and we heard that news, we was like, period. Because that was the comp. That was the comp you needed. And it's like, y'all really thought my sister was going home. No.
Yes, I want Anika to have that moment. If she has that, I'll be like, mic drop. Let's go, girl.
Yeah.
Let's take this.
Would you say you gave her a 4.5 also?
Yeah.
Okay. Period. Lee, how do you feel about Claude?
Miss Claude. I just don't know. I just think what like I feel I just what was she thinking? Like what was she thinking? Why did she put her trust in this man? Why did she put her trust in this man? What Doja Cat say? Niggas ain't shit, Claudia. And you should have known that after he was talking to you crazy for 60-something days.
She might not should have known niggas ain't shit, but you know men. Boy.
Look, that was a really I don't know if it's gonna be a big blunder. I think I see it as a blunder because we know her closest ally has been Shanae this entire time. Now Shanae did mention wanting to go, and then you were mentioning, Betty, I feel like there is some type of deal that could have been made. Ty was mentioning a final 3 with him, her, and Renee, so maybe she just felt comfortable with that. I don't know with Claudia. It's just like it feels like every time she has a chance or in a position, I feel like to better it or to really get that resume move, it's like it's always getting shifted by something else, and she's kind of just stuck sitting there like, well, you know what I mean? It's just like her entire power of this double got taken away by Ty, and I feel like she gave it to him. And I don't get that. And also, too, it's like you're doing it for someone who may not even be trying to go to final 3 with you. Now, if he wants to go to final 3 with her, then I think it's still good for Claudia. I think that's the best thing about Claudia is that she's someone who has been able to rebound this entire time. Like, she's always been in the better position of her 2 girly pop counterparts, and that's why I think she still has the win equity. Like, specifically, I know Ty and Daniel had a conversation about, like, we ain't voting Renee and Shanae, but Claudia, she can get it. And I do see a path for her as well. Like, she has some comp wins, you know? And it's like, if she is in that final 3, then I can see her winning that final HOH and taking someone and winning. So I think because the win equity is still there, I'll say it's a 5, but I did not like how the HOH went for her because Ty, like basically Ty got himself a resume move off her HOH win. Like it was a crazy thing. Because even then, her putting up Shanae, it looks like, well, Ty just convinced you to get out your closest freaking ally.
Yeah.
It's
even
like,
Shanae thinks
so
that.
Bad on her. Maybe it's a 4.5.
Yeah.
It's a 5 or 4.5. Because the fact that your closest ally is now out of the game and you're not even 1 or 2 on her voting list, it's a 4.5. Yeah. Because why don't you like I don't get that at all. Like, she would need to be sitting next to Renee. She would need to win the final situation to take Renee. Because everyone has kind of placed Ty on this pedestal, and Claudia helped it. Like, she really did. Like,
Betty, how you feel?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, this move that she made on her HOH is gonna always be Ty's move. Like, Ty got Shanae out, so for me, it's kind of like I don't know how like, unless, like I said earlier, unless there's like some rhyme or reason that she can say that she took Shanae out, but without even that though, with Shanae saying she's not even going to vote for her in jury, like you had mentioned, it's like it seems like it was a waste because it was like very poor jury management, and now having a jury bitter, a member of jury kind of bitter is really just diminishing your shot at the win. But like for me, I think that she's been doing a great job. She's been killing the comps. I believe she made an attempt to get Ty out, and like that looked like she was trying to get her showman set. I'm a little skeptical of that as well too, but I'll give her that one. But yeah, like I really just, if she can, if she's working with Ty and like if this final 2, like she thinks she's gonna take him to the end, like and win, like that's dumb. Like you're not gonna But if like you said, if she can get Renee to the end and like that was her plan all along, then yeah, we'll see what will happen. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed that you would take your ally out for absolutely no reason. And now I don't know, you just kind of look like you're doing what Ty wants, and I don't really like that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also giving her the 4.5, I believe. Everybody give her a 4.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. I just feel like how you gonna win? Because a part of me thinks she genuinely might take Ty. Mm-hmm. A part of me thinks she might believe. You remember Shanae and her had a conversation. Renee's gonna beat us. I think she's gonna win unanimously. This girl could get to final 3, win the final 3 HOH, and bring Ty. Because I can see, and I won't be too mad at her. I guess I can see, girl, no one likes Ty. Ty's been an asshole all game. I guess I can see her being in the game, not knowing what the jury's thinking, getting that perception, but that's not reality. You will lose. So I do think she's going to go to Final 3, and if she wins the HOH, I think she might even take Ty. So it's like,
imagine she takes Ty and lose.
I think she would take Ty and lose because I think she will think no one's really gonna vote Ty, and it's like, you thought.
But see, that depends. It depends though. Does she think evicting her showmatch in Final 3 is the bigger resume move?
She might think that too.
You might think that's right. I've heard her say, you know, I'm sure you guys too in the episodes where she's like, I tried to take my showmance out. Like, I think in her eyes, taking Ty out would be the win, the move. And
it probably would be.
Yeah.
So if she could get that done, then that would be great. She can't play this next HOH, so she can go home this week, babes. She can't play HOH. Wait, she cannot play HOH. So if Daniel wins HOH, he's nominating you and Ty. If Ty wins veto, Claudia's going home this week.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So I might give her a 4.
Child.
Because if it's Daniel, Anika, Renee, and Ty in HOH, you could go home because 2 of them people might end up taking you. Daniel and Anika might nominate you. No, they are nominating you. You're getting.
I know. If Daniel wins HOH, for sure he's putting up. Did you see the way when he got his ass on the block? He was just like,
he was sick. No, he was.
I was like, the first opportunity she got, you know what I'm saying? The first, he was just not having it.
And that's low-key another bad thing because, like,
that's what I'm saying.
She literally nominated everyone in that Final 4 she created that week.
Yeah, all 3 of them. And it's like, why did you do that?
To save Ty, who you knew.
And that's the thing. And Daniel, Anika, and Renee. Daniel, Anika, and Renee can have conversations right now about how, Claudia and Ty are Final 2. Duh, she didn't even nominate him. Everyone in the house could be thinking they're Final 2. Renee probably is
Claude, baby.
So it's like, you know, I'm giving her a 4. I think Renee might even nom both of them. They think you're a Final 2 now. You didn't nom her, dummy. It's a 4. It's a 4. She's going home.
What's very interesting about this season is just that, like,
but damn.
And we mentioned this before. It's just like everyone, because this has been such a chaotic season. I mean, this season has been all over the place. I mean, every single week it feels like an anthology series. Like every single week it's something different, and I love it. But what I feel like we see is that in a top 5 situation, it's anyone's game. Anyone can go home because you don't know. No one has definite alliances. All these people are against each other for real. It's crazy.
Betty, how do you feel about Daniel?
Daniel, you know what? I actually like Daniel. Like, you know, a little bit in the game when he was, you know, trying to go against Koozie when he didn't have to, I was a little like annoyed. But when I had a moment to really think about it, he's always been thinking about himself in the game and how he's going to get himself further. So I can respect that. At the end of the day, he did come to play. So far, like he was 4 seconds away on the veto with Ty. Like it was hand in hand. Like imagine 4 seconds. So to me, that win was, even though Ty got it, I really did see the effort come from Daniel. I think he's got a really good path if he can win like an HOH or some sort of power in this next little bit. Power in this next 2 weeks of this game is critical to ensuring that you're going to be successful. And if he can really pull out some wins and get Ty out or get Claudia out and be in that final 2 spot next to Anika, even next to Renee, I think that he's going to win this game. I really did think in the beginning, even when I saw Daniel, him being a super fan. Today I saw on Twitter he's been trying out for this game since season 1. Like,
yes, I saw that account posted that. Yeah,
that is iconic. Like this guy's been hustling. He really wants to be there, and like, so for me, like the path that will get him there of like least resistance is winning right now and making sure that if Anika is this person that you want to ride it out with, bring her out to the end with you because you will win this game, and I'll be okay seeing it.
Mm-hmm. How would you rate him?
I give Daniel a 6.5.
I see it. Ooh. Okay. I feel like Daniel has a good chance of winning if he takes a lot of the people. I think he would only lose against Ty, honestly. I think he could beat anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like he might have a tough time getting there because, hypothetically, if he wins this HOH, it's likely Ty will win the veto anyways. But let's say he doesn't. He wins the HOH, he takes out Ty. That means going into Final Four, Renee and Claudia is evicting him if they win the veto. And I think it's a good chance one of them could win that veto. And it's like, ooh, because I don't think Anika's someone fighting for him. No shade. But she hasn't won anything. We have no proof that she can win.
Yeah.
So because of that, even if Ty goes, it's kind of 2 versus 1 next week, and he can't play HOH.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard because he can win this HOH, take out Ty, and then he can get 4th. And it's like, damn. Or even if he doesn't get 4th, if the other person wins the final 3 HOH, they're taking Anika over Daniel anyways. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how the hell are you going to get there? It's going to be hard for him unless he's the one winning. But he hasn't been. Claudia won 2 HOHs. Renee won an HOH. Ty won an HOH and 5 vetoes. You are the 4th best at comps here. So it's like, how is you going to get there? So that's why I'm scared. But I think if he gets there with the right person, he can win. But another thing is he might end up there with Ty.
Yep.
And it's like, you lost, King. So it's like, I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to be hard for him. I think it can happen. It's going to be hard. I'm going to give him a 5.5.
Oh, girl.
I'm going to give him a 5.5. No, I'm going to give him a 5, actually.
5, okay.
I'm going to give him a 5. I'm sorry. He could go home. He could also go home this week. Because if Renee win HOH and Ty win veto, you're out.
Good.
And Ty and Renee has won in HOH. If Ty wins HOH, you're out.
Yeah.
And this is definitely, I mean, his game is coming to, I mean, the head of what we assume was going to happen this entire time. He's been in the middle there this entire game. And that's what we mentioned. It's like he is in between these two sides, but he doesn't have control or power over either of these sides. He had safety with them, which is really good. He was good at self-preserving himself, which I love about his game. I love players like that. Like, it's you above anybody, point blank, period. And that's why, like, even him and Koozie getting into it and things like that, I knew that was going to happen since pre-jury. I've been saying that because at the end of the day, I felt like for Daniel to win, Koozie would need to go. So I knew at some point that move would have to be made. But now it's like all of the fallout from it. She doesn't like him like that no more. I don't know if she was saying that he was a follower just because she was upset in the moment, or did she genuinely see his game as someone that followed her? I can see if you're Koozie, with all of the things she's done, all of the moves that she's made, that you probably think, well, I mean, they are kind of leeching off of me. I got him here, which a little bit, kind of. But, you know, Daniel has had his own game in building those social relationships with the girly pops. That's why he's safe. That's why for these last few weeks, it didn't matter who won. He was going to be safe. And I love that. But now it's like time to put the pedal to the metal. You have to win. And now you have Koozie out, but now Ty has to win equity. You know, it's getting hard for him. And like you said, he can go this week, but I just feel like, I mean, he's been able to socially maneuver. I don't doubt that he can do it this week as well. Now that I'm saying it, I can see why you gave him the 5, because honestly, if he doesn't win this week, he would just go. He really would just go. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's easy to see him just not winning because we only have the 1 win. And I don't know his current relationship with Ty, and that's the issue. And that's another thing for him too. Now his whole entire game has to shift because he was just talking to Koozie this week about maybe going to the end with Ty because he can beat him. Well, that's not the case anymore. So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a 6.
Period.
Because I do think, I mean, other than Ty, he is one of the few people who can win over anyone here. And I do think that, I mean, that's the thing. If the competition wins can go in him and Anika's favor, then that shifts the game again in a certain way. And I guess I can just see him being able to maneuver his way to that final 3. But like y'all mentioned, it comes down to comp wins. He needs to win. Him or Anika needs to win. It has to at this point, because that would really, first of all, that would really suck if the end of the crown comes down to none of these people being able to win competitions but goddamn Koozie. Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But,
I was going to say, I also think Claudia could beat him. Because I was looking at the jury.
I
was thinking if it's him and Claudia, I could see Jonathan voting Claudia.
Girl, no, not a crown.
I don't think that's necessarily true. Him and Claudia would.
Him and Claudia never had a game relationship.
That's true. That is true. I don't know. I still see. Well, it depends. I think it depends how they get there. If Claudia wins final HOH, and that's how they're in final two, I can see it. Because that's 3 HOHs under her belt. What does he have? And I feel like in that scenario, or even if she wins a comp, one more comp, she has a lot of comps, and I feel like that's why I can see it. And honestly, I might have voted Claudia over Daniel if I was in the jury. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I will say I don't see her winning and taking Daniel though. Like maybe I'm.
It would have to be a specific scenario. That's true. But I don't know. Next is Renee though. Renee is weird because I would vote Renee. I think the fear Shanae and Claudia had about Renee's story is technically real because the girl was nommed week 1 and now she's in final 2 hypothetically. If Renee gets to final 2, I see why she should win, but I don't think the jury gives a fuck. I don't think they see it. I don't. And because of that, I think she's going to lose. But I think she's the safest person in the house. I think she's the only person in the house who probably won't go home this week because now Ty wants Renee in his end game. He wants it to be either Renee and Claudia or Anika and Renee. I think if Daniel and Anika are smart, they would want Ty and Claudia out, not Renee. So, and I think if Claudia's smart, she would want Daniel and Anika out, not Renee. No one should get out Renee. If Renee goes home, everybody's done. So I kind of see her making it to final 3. And I can kind of see a potential for her getting to final 2, but winning, don't see it. And because of that, I'm going to give her a 4.5. I think she's safer than Claude and Anika, but I think she's a lesser player than Daniel, and that's all. Betty, how you feel?
Yeah, you know what? With Renee, like I have been impressed with her just as someone who's been on the block. She's been consistently fighting for herself and getting herself off the block. She was the last person on she was on the block in the first week and now she's become HOH. I think that's beautiful. I love it. I also think she does have a high chance of winning an HOH. The pool is much smaller. But at the same time, I agree with you. I don't necessarily know if the jury really even recognizes what type of game she's been playing. And I really do believe anyone that she's next to in final 2, she might win against Anika, but if she's against Daniel, Claudia, Ty, it's going to be a no-go for her. But I have liked watching her, in the beginning when she was my bootay, I was oh God, please stop right now. But now I'm it's kind of cute. I don't know. Yeah. So I give her a 4.
Yeah. I need to give her a 4 too.
Yeah, I feel bad because I like Renee a lot, and I keep saying this, but she's in this position of no reason of her own. I just think this perception of her really got on her since the first week, and she hasn't been able to shake it off, and that really sucks. And I think for a lot of people, that perception that they get knocked off until you start getting those comp wins and things like that. And Renee, she has the one, and I feel like if she is able to get more these next few weeks, that maybe she can change that perception because her story is great. I can see it being comparable to a Taylor in a way. You've been outcasted this entire time, you've been nominated so much, you won the comp, you stayed in the game, and now you're in final 2. It's just I don't know if this jury is going to respect that because they are looking for the big showy moves, and the only person that has that right now is Ty. That's why it will be interesting if Ty goes, because now who you vote? Now who is it going to? And it would suck if Renee makes it to final 2 and doesn't have a chance to win because of a bullshit perception. Because I think game-wise, especially out of the girly pops, I think she was one of the best. We've seen her actively try and do a lot of things, but doors just keep getting closed in her face, and that really sucks for her. And I think I would have to sell out the 4 as well because I don't know where her win equity stands at all. The only thing we've heard about her is negativity, and I'm not voting her because of this reason, and it's I don't understand why she would still have that perception at this point. That's why I'm hoping maybe they have some time to sit on it a little bit. Because in general, the Crown should start respecting the girly pops a lot more. One of the big reasons why they're in this position now is because they did not respect the girly pops as players in the game. A lot of them talked down on them, thinking they were not being able to win, didn't see them as real threats, and they have been threats this entire time. And I would hope that now that they've had some time to decompress in jury, that they would really start to see, okay, these girls are kind of on our necks a little bit. They didn't send all of our members to jury damn near. They may win another HOH. You can't act like they're not respectable players at this point. So I hope that changes, but we'll just have to see.
And how do you feel about Ty Lee?
Oh Lord!
We was giving him 2s, y'all. We was giving him 2s.
He's been getting 2s and 3s since jury because he was supposed to go home. Quotation since then. this man was been supposed to be out. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, the fact that he is still here, like, and win, he could win.
Mm-hmm.
What a 180! Like, I'm shocked.
Totally.
I saw someone tweet like he would be like the first winner with like 0 social.
Yeah,
It's literally in the negative. Like, his game is all competition
Yeah.
wins, and I'm interested to see where is he going to go from here. I feel like I want to give him, like, if he had the social ability on his side, I would be like 8, 9. I mean, because he could, be able to maneuver socially. But the thing is, if he does not win a comp, he probably goes home. And that's always the big issue with me. Like, it's impressive that someone can win so much, but it's like, why are you winning so much? And if you don't win, will you just go? Similar to Michael Bruner on BB24. It's like, now you have to keep winning, because if you don't, it's going to be a problem. But it's like, it's hard to feel like, I mean, it's 2 rounds, 4 competitions. Is he not going to win them? Like, I don't know. Like, so I feel like I will say it's a 5 based on win equity. But, I mean, he could easily go this round as well. It takes 1 competition to lose. And bloop, if he is able to win his way there, then it's really impressive. I just think overall, him as a player, I don't think it's well-rounded. Like, even if he wins this game, I don't know if I can go too high on him as an overall rating, because people just don't like him. Like, people really, really dislike him. And he's here, but no reason of his own, because they tried to get him out. Like, I mean, he just have 1 veto. So, I'll say it's a 5, but we're going to see. We're going to see how this is going to play out, because I just see him winning. Like, I do not see him not winning these next few vetoes. So,
yeah. Betty, what you think?
You know what? For me, I think that I give him a 6, because first off, hear me out. I think that he's done a really great job at being able to literally fight your place in this game. Like, when you had all eyes looking at you, your ability to continue to win in order to get yourself to where you are, I think needs to go noticed, because like that is hard. That is extremely hard. He has absolutely no social skills at all. Like you said, like, it's almost, even the first half of the game, like, he was honestly the most hated because he lacked in social skills and almost a little bit of self-awareness, I think, as well, in the way that he played and just the people that he had aligned himself with. But I've been really impressed in watching him in this last half. And like, if he can continue to win, I think that, yeah, he will definitely win this game. But do I necessarily think like that's the type of player that I root for? Not often. But at the same time, I will give credit where credit is due. And like, it's been really great watching him. And like, even now with everybody wanting him out still, I kind of want him to stay just to see how it will play out. And like, I think that goes for something as well. Like, he's done a really great job in this last half with his competitive abilities. And if I'm going to say somebody who's the most deserving to win for this season, I'm going to say it's Ty.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to give him the 6 too. And I'm going to give him the 6 because a part of me feels like, sure, if he loses, he could go home. But part of me feels like he might not even go home then, because from what we know, Daniel wants him to be in Final 2 with him. From what we know, from the information we have. Also from the information we have, Claudia is not nomming the nigga. So is
she's forced to be in the Final 3 with him now.
That's what I'm saying. Claudia's kind of stuck. Claudia kind of has to take out Daniel now. She fucked up. So it's like, are they even going to evict him if he's evictable? I'm not fully sure, because, like I said, Daniel claims he wants him in Final 3. Claudia claims she wants him in Final 3 and has acted that way. So they might not even evict him, even if he loses. So it's like, I gotta give him the 6, because he is the one who can beat everyone here. No one else can beat everyone here but him. So all he has to do is get there. It's only, like you said, 4 comps, and it could just be 3 comps. He don't even need to win both this week. He could just win one of the other next week, and then the last one, boom, you won. And none of these bitches have been beating him in comps. So it's like, good luck, King. Like, it's giving the man 1, and it's like to go from 2s to 6s. It's like, well, shit.
It's impressive. It really is impressive to watch. Like, and then I think Betty, you said it best. Like, honestly, too, for this specific season, it's like I don't usually root for this type of player, but like, Koozie is out. I think the most strategic player who I usually root for is out now. So I'm kind of like, like the people who are here, like I would say good player, like well-rounded good player, I'd say Daniel. But at the same time, most of the people here, it's like they're not. I wouldn't consider like a top tier great player. So it's like, why can't Ty win? You know, at the end of the day, if he is next to Claudia or Anika, no shade, he should win.
Mhm.
So it is what it is. I mean, I'm just gagged. Like, after having Ty at the bottom of our list for this entire season, damn near, this man is back at the top. Like, wow.
I put them in order. We have Daniel and Ty very, very close, but Daniel is slightly above him on our ratings, and then Ty's in second place. After that, Anika and Claudia are tied, and Renee is last. I think it makes sense, honestly. I feel like, if anything, I would put Claudia a little bit above Anika, but girl, well, that's all. I mean, shoot. That's what it's looking like. I really think Ty's just going to win it. I'm not going to lie.
You do?
I really think Ty is just going to end up winning.
For Daniel, but that's how we can end this week.
I guess. Yeah, it's scary. I don't know. It's a cute top 5 because of the way the season went. I feel like the season has been so all over the place, and the top 5 is all over the place. No shade. Like, it's just a bunch of people. So I feel like it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait because tomorrow we'll get the digital daily with the HOH because we didn't get it today.
Why would they drop at least they had to fight the full disagreement between Koozie and Daniel, which I wanted to see. I wanted to get into that tea. But why are you showing us footages before 2 people are out of the game?
I know.
Literally.
Like, I want to know HOH. I'm like, it's already Friday. You know, I gotta wait till Saturday. It's like, annoying.
Literally.
But you really was not gonna put it in the drafts where you lost.
I'm not putting those drafts in. Oh my God, Betty.
Pharaoh lost his last 2 draft members in the
drafted
double eviction.
Yeah, I had Shanae and Koozie, and it was really bad because they both went, and those are the last 2 people I have. Final 5 are all people that Lee draft, and I'm not talking about it. I don't have the pictures up. No, you're not seeing.
And he didn't want to be embarrassed in front of you, Betty, but hey,
I didn't want to be embarrassed at all.
Don't worry, my draft pick left yesterday as well. So
which Koozie?
Yeah, Koozie was my number 1 draft pick.
Me too. I picked her first. In another world, she wins.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah, well, shoot, that was it. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Betty? Any more thoughts you had on the season or anything like that?
I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for having me. Like, this next little bit is going to be, I know, intense. So I'm really excited to watch it. And yeah, just thank you guys so much. This was so much fun.
Thanks for joining. You're the best. Tell people where to follow you, where to find you.
Yeah, on Twitter, you can find me, Betty Yirsaw 3, and on Instagram, Bethlehem Yirsaw.
You can find us at T Reality Kingdom on all social media. Make sure you tune in next week. We will be covering the rest of Big Brother Canada and Survivor and the challenge or whatever. And that's it. We're out. Bye.
Bye.